A lot of really great updates and features have been announced for WWE 2K23. So today we're gonna break it all down for you and we're gonna give you our top 10 brand new features and updates for 2K23. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Matt. Great to have you here. Let's talk top 10 new things in 2K23. Now, before you get in there in the comments and you're gonna go through this list with me and you're gonna be like, hey, brother, I can see that this is not a new feature. Oh, they had that in the older game and they just brought it back. You know what I have to say about that?
I can hear you. I can feel you.
That's it. Let's have some fun. Subscribe to the show if you guys can. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, and hit the like button if you enjoy videos like this. Coming in at number 1 is War Games. WWE 2K Games has never done War Games. This has been a long time coming. The developers discussed in recent interviews that they were working on War Games match in 2K22, and they finally did it, and there's some cool stuff to go along with it, like 2 arenas that we're going to get playable. They did say in the interviews that the team worked really hard to make sure that we got the Survivor Series arena in there to go along with it. We're also going to be able to have weapons, obviously, in the War Games, which is really cool. Do a bunch of different maneuvers, doing springboards and dives, and go up to the top of the cage and jump off. Even the space in between the 2 rings, you're going to be able to go in there and fight, which is really cool. There is a 3rd arena that they haven't announced yet. My guess is that it's going to be an unlockable WCW arena that would pay homage to the original War Games. Number 2 on this list is going to be brand new action/story designer elements in Universe Mode. Universe Mode is a fan favorite across the board, even despite that it needs like a million different updates and a shakeup. But I am excited that they did confirm we are going to get brand new actions and a list of actions that you can do within Universe. Fans were really upset that they took away the ability to do promos in 2K22, and a lot of players, maybe you as well, were wanting to get story designer back in the game. I know I did. This is sounding like a little bit of a hybrid happy medium for players, and the devs did confirm that they are going to have you go through a whole selection list of different actionable items and different things you can do within your universe. Because it's a whole open sandbox, I think that this is a really good thing that they're going to be able to have added in there to have fans be a little bit more satisfied that we can do a promo, we can do a run-in, we can start rivalries or work on our rivalries within that, and that is going to be a neat element that's added in there. And I hope it gives them a lot more legs. I do still hope that we see other updates to Universe Mode, but this story designer action element that's included is a win for me. Number 3 on this list is going to be Creation Suite updates. One thing that is confirmed is going to be our created arenas and shows. They are going to be playable online. So online multiplayer, you can use your create arenas, which is great. There's huge creators out there that are amazing at creating arenas. I think of like Jenna Sting, Ruben or Soil Rue online. They do amazing arenas, so I love to see them being able to have us download these arenas like we can and then upload them. The other thing is that we've heard from Lionel Jinx say in the interviews that Creation Suite is something they really focused on, and they're trying to make sure that your created characters are going to be like on par with the in-game models. So no more of this giant discrepancy between what you create and what like the in-game version of, say, a Finn Balor looks like, or Triple H. Hopefully, this means that we get some corrections when it comes to like hair physics across the board, because it's just terrible. It's just giant pom-pom weaves and wigs. It's just a nightmare. But I'm excited that we're gonna get Creation Suite updates. Number 4, the updated roster. 2K22 was a mixed bag. It was good and it was meh when it came to the roster. And to me, a lot of that had to do with the timing of the game, and Vince McMahon ran shop over everything, and he removed and released a bunch of superstars. We didn't get Adam Cole, we didn't get Bray Wyatt, we didn't get Kurt Angle, we didn't get Lita, we didn't get a lot of stars in 2K22 that left fans really upset, scratching their heads. And so creators out there had to do all the legwork and create all of these superstars for us. Where the game is today, and with WWE themselves have brought back, Triple H brought back a lot of released stars, I'm feeling confident that this year's roster is going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be up to date as best we can, because we haven't seen any really new stars debut that 2K couldn't already put into the game. I think of the latest example being Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox was probably one of the most recent stars to have returned to WWE after being released. Her model was already in 2K22, it's easy to bring her in. And then the likes of bringing back Zelina Vega, who was not in 22, we can bring her back. I think fans will be pretty happy across the board. The big ones for me, we're gonna get a big batch of Legends, I imagine. The Steiners are confirmed to have a Legends deal, so there is a very strong possibility that Scott and Rick Steiner are going to be DLC characters. Not confirmed, that's just my speculation, but we know that they are under Legends contracts, so we can use their likeness and so on, and I think that they could make it in and we could get Big Papa Pump. That'd be really cool. We could also get Cody Rhodes finally confirmed in a 2K game, and Kurt Angle coming back, as we've seen him in the trailers for 2K23. Number 5 on my list, my GM mode. Oh, I wanted my GM mode for so long in 2K games. One of my favorite things to do is just to sit there and build my roster and do trades and run these shows. I loved it in the old games. And when 2K22 brought out my GM mode, it was okay. It just was really kind of meh and flat. It lacked a lot of features. It lacked having mid-card titles. It lacked multi-man matches. It lacked a lot of things. And it's really cool that we know for sure that we're going to see more GMs to choose from within the game. Multiple seasons is confirmed, which I'm interested to see how they do that and how they run the seasons this year, because in 2K22, we had it as 15 weeks, 25 weeks, and 50 weeks, and that was it. I wonder how they're tweaking that into seasons and what it will look like. They've expanded the match cards themselves, so more matches on your regularly scheduled weekly shows plus your pay-per-views. More match types are going to be included with up to 4 players, so not just the tag team matches, but we should be able to do triple threats and fatal 4-ways, and more show options are confirmed to be in there too. It's a little disappointing that we're not going to get the full gambit of every single match type. Like, I can't do an elimination chamber match or a war games match. It's only going to be limited to 4 players, but if they can introduce a little bit more, like fatal 4-ways, triple threats, ladder matches, table matches, like some of the stuff we've had in 2K22's my GM mode, but we can up it to 4 players. I'm gonna be pretty pumped about it because it's something I can get kind of lost in, and it changes things up when I'm not just playing universe mode all the time. Number 6 on the list, advanced entrance creation. Confirmed, it is back. We're excited about it. We can go and manipulate different entrances. I can have part of the entrance for Cody Rhodes, then it switches into an Undertaker entrance, and then it just switches into Triple H or somebody else or AJ Styles. I'm excited for players because it's something that they've been wanting for a long time. They want to go in there. You want to be able to manipulate and change and tweak entrances here and there, maybe for the existing in-game roster or for your own custom roster and creations. It's one of those things that fans have been asking for a very long time. They're bringing it back. It breathes new life into the game, and I think for community creations, being able to download custom creations or stars from other companies, like let's just say Jay White, seeing how creators put together the entrance is going to be a lot of fun, and being able to download those entrances too, along with the creations themselves. Number 7 on this list, the pin system. The pin mechanic is being changed. Well, it's giving us a different option anyways for the pinning system. Wrestling games have changed their pinning systems over the years, and I'm excited for this update and this change because it just gives a different option for players. More accessibility in these games is necessary, and it's something overall that 2K has very much lacked, is speaking to the accessibility audience and player base for your games. If a new pin system creates more drama, more excitement in the matches, I'm all for it. And if there's more options for the different pins you can select in the game option menu, that's going to be great for more accessibility and for players to choose what works for them. Number 8 on this list, My Rise changes and updates. So with My Rise, we're going to have 2 unique storylines, men's and women's. The storylines for both your men's My Rise story and for your women's. Follow that whole journey. It's going to be awesome to get refreshed dialogue and see how it is, because a lot of players like My Rise. They like to be able to go through that story element. I know I do. But one of the cool changes that they're making and updates they're making to this is being able to import and use your own custom created superstars in My Rise. This was not possible in 2K22, and it bothered a lot of players. Why can't I use my own custom creation that I made offline and then use it in My Rise? It didn't make any sense. And on top of that, players just want to be able to use just different creations in that mode, and that would give it way more replayability in my opinion. Number 9 is the stamina system is getting updated. We're going to see our superstars and our opponents get fatigued in a match, get really beat up, and there's going to be noticeable wear and tear and breakdown of them in the match. The devs talked about the visual expressions and behaviors of the characters of the superstars are going to change as they progress in the match. This, I feel, is going to give your matches a little bit more depth, and when you have really grueling matches like an Iron Man match, can you imagine how it's going to be when they're beat up and they're bloody and they're bruised, they're sweat, and they're not moving as quick as they used to? This is going to make it feel a little bit more realistic and get away from an arcadey feel of just beating everybody up, or your guy is not winded and you've had a 25-minute match. This is a small update, but it can go a long way when you are having really intense matches and you're putting that whole puzzle together and creating really cool stories and moments in the game. And number 10 on this list, the John Cena Showcase mode. Right now, 14 matches have been confirmed for the Showcase. Just beat up John Cena. So we get to go through and play as Brock Lesnar and AJ Styles and Batista and Kurt Angle, all the times, these big moments in John Cena's career where he lost. And it's about opposed to the slingshot tech, where it's going to be the cutscenes between the real life footage from WWE and transitioning into the game. I thought it was unique and it added to the story. I wonder if we're going to get the commentary though during the matches, because we didn't with 2K22, and I think that was something that was lacking. But a John Cena Showcase, you got 20 years of Cena. There's a huge amount of matches you can pull from. I hope, because it's not confirmed yet, but I wasn't very excited with the Rey Mysterio Showcase. Some matches, like his feuds with Eddie Guerrero, fantastic, loved it. But then when they got into other matches like Grand Metalik, I didn't care as much, and I felt like I was just trying to get through it to unlock stuff. So I hope that the Showcase mode is going to be a lot more fun this year, and I'm feeling optimistic that it will be. For more WWE